JJ the CPA here. We're going to talk about the banking secrets when you're sitting with the banker. And what I would recommend is asking for a meeting with the banker. If they just are doing things by email, you can answer a lot of questions, provide a lot of documentation. Don't ask for your CPA necessarily to come unless a CPA works inside of your business and is with you daily, because they're not going to know the answers. I know that there's kind of a tendency to think that if you bring your CPA and you can't answer a question, that you'll look better if you have a CPA with you. But you got to keep in mind, we work with a ton of clients, and even if we're logging into their books and taking a look at things once a month, we're not going to know their business like they would, right? The owner of the business, in terms of like the exact cost of the widget, and what's the normal turnaround time of when you buy something and then make it and then resell it, and what's your normal accounts receivable. Now, you could be sitting here right now being like, well, really, your CPA doesn't know that? Well, why would your CPA know that? Your CPA is there to help you with taxes, help you with the bigger picture. But with the bank, they're going to want to ask you those kind of detailed questions. And it would almost be better that if for some reason you don't have the answer, just to say, you know what, I'd like to give you a good answer on that, so let me write that down and I'll get back to you, and maybe I need to visit with my CPA. So now it's almost kind of opposite. Instead of you sitting there with your CPA and then your CPA's like, well, I don't know the answer to that because I don't know the minutia, then it looks like you don't know either, and you are just depending on somebody else to give the answer. Where if you are in a meeting and you don't have the answer to something, that's okay, because then you look super smart, basically by saying, well, you know what, I want to take a look at that. Let me go through my numbers. Let me get with my manager or my sales rep or whoever it is that is inside your organization. Let me talk with my CPA about it. And now I don't mean like you're tricking the banker, but it's like, well, it's just true. You're being very conscientious. You want to make sure you give a good answer, and then when you come back, you're giving a good answer. You got to remember, a quick answer is not the one they're going to be impressed with. What they're going to be impressed with is an accurate answer, one that's well thought out. And the first thing I'm going to tell you is to not get defensive. The second thing I'm going to tell you is they're going to ask, so why do you need this loan? And what they're asking for is, why aren't you just funding it yourself? And so the obvious is that when you're being asked these questions, they're not personal. They've got to ask them, right? We've talked about this in other videos, why they're asking and who they're really having to answer to, which is the government. And it's really the underwriter that's going to be, and the analyst, they'll be looking at kind of the details. And so whoever you're talking to is probably really getting questions fed to them that then they're asking you. But anyways, with that being said, when they say, well, why are you getting the loan? It's not, well, I don't have the money, and, well, I'd rather use the bank's money. There's no reason to be facetious about it. It's, I need to preserve cash flow. So what I'd like to do is, after I visited with, this is you saying this to the bank, after visiting with my CPA and we're doing this expansion and talking with my team, what I'd like to do is be able to expand in a way that will help us be able to do that, making good long-term decisions, and be able to preserve cash flow. So bottom line is, do not take any of those questions personal. All right, hey, more videos to come. JJ the CPA, out.
Don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me.